I'm here from TradetoProspa to look at Bitcoin and see what's going on. So what we can see on the 1 hour, let's have a look. That's a sweep to the high, sweep to the low, and we've got this range. So this was our selling climax over here, and this was our buying climax. So we've got a sweep to the low, sweep to the high, and this range. Now what's happening? There's all these key ranges, and what looks like is a squeeze, and practically there's no really good trade except just recently here. That was a good trade, and I'll explain why. And it's always that strategy. We have this strategy, which is a swing value trade, and you can see how that maps with it. So if I was to articulate our X, it's really a harmonic. That's our X there. That's our A. That's our B, and that's our C. And now we come down again. So it's likely to come down further, and in some cases, it matches our broadening wedge type of scenario. And in this case, we do have a broadening wedge, so it's likely to revisit some fib levels. Now, if we apply a Fibonacci to this structure, let's just do this. So we use our 1 and our 0. You can see how Fibonacci, this golden ratio segment, let's just highlight that golden ratio segment right there. This is the key area to hold. And currently, that range, if I get it right, just background, just color it in there. Okay, so that segment is there, and very similar to previous here, very similar. We had a swing failure, but it's a bit more drastic. And if we were to look at that golden ratio scenario again, so if we were to get from the bottom to the top, and in this case, if we were to do 1, as soon as we lost that golden ratio level in that area, you can see what happens. It just keeps going down. So we have a similar scenario here. So let's have a look at it closer. And where's that picture? Yep, so that's taking place, definitely. Now, if we were to easily demonstrate this, so we swing from the high. That was a real good move, and that could be a wave 5. So here, for those newbies, wave 5, we've got our 1, 2, you could probably say, you can say 3 and 4 there if you want, and 5, or you can say that's our 3, that's our 4, whoops, and that's our 4, and that's our 5. So you can see the cycle is complete. We're having an ABC correction. Now, is this a deeper ABC correction, so we can have a smaller version before we go up? So we if this is it's not going to give us a chance, but we might get a descending wedge of some sort. And then if this on the bigger picture is our 3 and this is our 4, then our 5 is going to be slightly higher, maybe all the way up, don't know. But I think that previous one, this range 5 could be slightly above 3, but it also could go all the way up to that level there. Okay, so there is a possibility, but we need to hold above the 618, and at the moment it's swept through. Now this line here is a big macro line, and if I was to show you what that is on a weekly, or I think it's a weekly, yeah. Let's just get rid of that for a sec. So this big line here, yeah, if I was to make that, I don't know, purple, a bit more pink, that's a better one. Now we'll go back to our 1 hour. We'll get there. You can see that line cut right through it. It's not the perfect, but that's on a weekly level. So if we were to fine tune it, maybe, but let's see how that looks. Here we go. So if we fine tune this level, I don't think it's going to make any difference. We'll see how that goes. For the time being, I'll just make that second dotted and we'll see how that goes. But on the 1 hour, here we go. So we've got those moving averages that are squeezing the chart a bit. So it is a difficult chart. If we don't close below this 618, then we're fine. So at the moment, it's really in a struggle in that zone. And what we had was a sweep to the top, and we're having a sweep to the bottom. But it's also this failed swing trade. Now, is that a 3 and 4 and a 5? That's what was yet to be seen. That looks like a strong, nice candle. Yep. And it might be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it could, if we get something like this, guys. If we get something like this, then it's likely to go up. There's always obviously an opportunity to go down as well, but at the moment I think it might just go up. With that, looking at this candle, it seems to be a bit bullish and it's coming up. So now what we've got this here. Let's just look at it closely. Let's get rid of those. The other thing I had here, give me a sec, is this Fibonacci extension. So the Fibonacci extension is from here to the swing high and back to the swing low. And you can see this 0.5 roughly caught that drop. It's caught that drop with previous support. Yep, all along there. So this is holding it up. Now, what I'm looking for is another potential 618 resistance here. So if this continues to be a resistance, this level here, the 618, if that acts as a resistance for a while, then we could potentially play out that failed swing move. So if it gets rejected and comes back down, we'll see this, and it can potentially go down like that. So that's what I have at the moment. If this closes above it, it's more likely to continue and play that role. And then, so our 3 and 4, so our 5 is going to be somewhere up there, right? So the short term, that's what I'm looking at. Another video is going to come out soon that's completely different. It's going to just show Fibonacci at work from 2017 to the current day, and then you'll see how this fits into it. I'm going to leave that, guys, but at the moment it looks like a broadening wedge, and let's see how that is faring. It doesn't quite, yeah, it does quite fit. So if I was to do that, it's holding up, but like I said, there's 618, all the other 618. So if it goes above this, then we are likely to get a rejection here. That is still considered a failed swing trade, and it could go there. So if we get another bearish pattern, and let's say on the 4 hour, yep. So if this can possibly go there, but if this is in the, so what we got 2 hours to go. Let's see how this fares. If it doesn't break above it, but you can see how the Fibonacci, this level now is the main resistance. You can probably hide that for now, and you can see what's going on. And that failed swing trade is what's likely to be taking place. This is the hard part, guys. If it goes above, then it's more likely to continue on. But in some cases, it's just a double top. So it's nasty. It's a nasty area to trade. What am I doing? I got a short on Ethereum, and I got a long on Bitcoin. Now my Bitcoin, I've got to raise my Bitcoin stop loss there, and my Ethereum short is still going. So anyway, that's what I got. Hopefully that gives you some idea of what's going on with the Fibonacci levels and this potentially structure. It is what I'm seeing now is a failed swing move, and that big wick pretty much confirmed on the 4-hour. It's this, if unless we close above this level, it's going to continue to come down, probably down to there. That's our first target, and then we've got the root. That could be our second target. That's about it. I'm going to wrap it up on that. Hopefully it gives you some assistance. Talk to you soon. Cheers.